I'm here with Azusa Pacific, coming off a loss in the semifinals of the NCAA West Regional in overtime to Alaska, 72-71. I'm joined today by head coach Peter Bond on his left, Ben Avera, and on his right, Terrance Becvar. Coach, could you just take us through this highly competitive game?
Yeah, I mean, back and forth, and it was one of those that, every time you felt like, okay, here comes a run, really kind of by either team, it just kind of got squashed immediately. We struggled in a couple areas, but both teams made plays. And frankly, both teams really played to their strengths. Which I think a lot of times, that can be unique this time of year for both teams to be able to continually play to their strengths because, really that's the goal, to take those away. But, I mean, hats off to them. They're playing some good basketball and made some big plays down the stretch.
No, absolutely. Terrance, just talk to me a little bit about the guards tonight. I mean, let's talk Shahid and some of those other guys. They seem like they're a tough matchup and just they can get a lot of shots off.
Yeah, I mean they're playing with confidence. Obviously, hats off to a couple of their guys just went off and they're tough to guard. So they're playing good ball. But honestly, just incredibly proud of our guys. Been a great run. We just didn't make the plays that we needed to down the stretch.
I know you say that, and obviously a loss hurts, a 1-point loss at that one, but you guys did make the comeback in regulation to be able to force that to overtime. Then just talk to me a little bit about that comeback and the way you guys, let's be honest, you guys fought for your season, you guys wouldn't go away easy, and that's really been the hallmark of this team last night and the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, we had no quittness the entire time. Kind of reiterating what Terrance said, I'm just so proud of the guys, just never back down at any point. We're just ready to fight, whether it was a loose ball getting on the ground. I mean, there were multiple times where guys could have hung their head after making a bad play, but just continue to battle, continue to fight. Like you said, that's just kind of been our MO as a team this entire year, especially in the postseason.
Coach, I got to just ask you one specific stat question. I don't want to go into that much. When I look through the stats, though, the one that does pop out to me is they had a 42-18 advantage on you guys inside. How do you think they were able to do that? Because you guys do have some size.
Yeah, they did a good job of just swarming to the ball in the paint. You look at Coleman Sparling's line, and we have guys throughout this year that we've highlighted in the locker room after games where you've got a statistical line that looks like that, but you made an enormous impact on the game. And Sparling did that while not scoring. And we talk about that, and we had guys. I mean, Al McBride was one for us tonight. He's one that consistently does that for us, where you look at a box score and it's like, oh, he struggled, but boy, he had a big impact on the game. And they were just physical, did a good job using their size, making us score over and through them. And executed that well.
And that was, just to be clear, Justin Hemsley that hit that big shot at the end of regulation, correct?
No, that was Mick Robertson.
That was Mick. Okay.
Yes.
Mick.
Yeah,
big shot there. Just want to make sure I had that one. That was an incredible shot to send it to overtime.
Yeah, it was. And hats off to these guys. This is something that's been part of us all year. Go back to the Point Loma game. Like we did some things we hadn't done all year that we put in, and they executed them phenomenally. That set we ran right there, hadn't done it all year, and these guys executed phenomenally. So, I mean, that's who we've been, and I'm proud of these guys for that. That's a hard thing to do, to be able to execute that game after game, different things, and they've done that.
Coach, I felt like the toughest part of their offense to stop was just their speed. It seemed like once they got going downhill, nobody could step in front and help. Nobody could get to a spot and try to take a charge. Talk to me about their speed game.
Yeah, I mean, they did get downhill, and it was a lot more that they got us going downhill with us on our heels. So it's one thing driving downhill with a guy waiting at the rim to go vertical, but it's another thing when it's tough. It takes a really good athlete to be able to backpedal to a spot, plant, and then go vertical and affect. And so they got us on our heels a bit, but that's one of their strengths, and they played to that strength.
Guys, I know it hurts in the moment, but 5 years from now, is this one of those games that you'll just, like, as somebody who appreciates the game of basketball and all its beauty and glory, you could go sit back on your couch and watch it even though you lost that game and just appreciate the high level of basketball that was played for 40 minutes, 45 minutes?
I watched the point level one.
I'd like to say yes, but it's gonna. I'll look back on it being memorable. But I mean, it's hard having a season be over. I told these guys in the locker room that this is a program. This is a program, and a program we're proud to be a part of. Right before the game started, I heard a voice that when the voice called my name, I knew exactly who it was, and it was one of our assistant coaches, Anthony Haggins, who my first year as a volunteer assistant just took me as one of our own. Just like when guys come in as freshmen, as transfers, we take it. They're part of the program, and they're one of the hundreds of guys that have played, and we're so proud to be a part of it. And I'm so thankful for these guys. They represent exactly who we are. And speaking of memories, these two, it takes some work to have some memories. I'm gonna miss both of them. Seeing them every day, we spend more time together than anybody else, and so I'm just so proud to be part of this, and so proud of these guys.
Guys, talk about how the program is better with you guys leaving, after 4 years. Talk about how you've made this program better. How the senior class has made this program better.
Honestly, it starts with our coach, and he gives us the opportunities to come and be ourselves every day. We got guys who are willing to dive into each other, not just in basketball, but outside of basketball. I think it's important. I remember, when I was a freshman, we lost to Concordia, and you just remember those moments and being in the room with those guys. So just, being in the locker room, just having those moments and the moments of trust and love and respect for one another. It's just so meaningful to be a part of that.
Okay, Coach. These guys are one of your first classes that you've come through? Just why have you enjoyed coaching this team this year?
Exactly what Terrance said. They have come to practice, and I know as a player you don't love practice every day, but they have come and they've given it their all. They've listened. They've bought in. They've done everything to a T that you'd want players to do. And we've got guys that would walk in here and say, I love basketball again. And I love that. And that speaks more to the guys on the team than anything else. Just making it fun for everybody again. And again, I keep saying it, but love these guys. So proud of them. And proud to be a Cougar.
Well, it was a great run for you guys. I know it always sucks, but let's be honest, it's great that it has to end in the playoffs rather than the regular season. So fun to watch you. See you guys back again next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.